You know something, Mad Ones? Every time Windows does anything.
Yeah, Mel, what you got?
Oh, Mr. Wood. Not right now.
You sound like you're a little upset there, buddy.
Calm down. Hello, Mad Ones. Welcome to another episode of Art with Mad Mel. I am the maddest artist on YouTube, probably in the world at this point, and I thank you for being here again. Mr. Wood wants to talk so bad, and the man, well, of course you know the man. You haven't been down here in a while. Oh, he's talking to attitude. Why don't you come over here and say hello to everyone? Nobody, you haven't said hello in a while. He's a little upset. I haven't let him do any experiments. We got new equipment somewhere in the facility. Is this like power drill with a jumper cable? Some mess he did with R&D. I don't know. But anyways, I hope everybody's having a good Thursday. I hope everybody's having a fun time today. I hope everybody's ready to see something exciting. So I'm going to give you kind of a rundown. He craves souls of the mad. Yeah, no, he clubs them in the skull. And I mean, I just work here. Okay, you guys don't get to see him get to like 15 feet tall and weigh like over a ton. Like this, he gets huge. He likes to call himself Pap. You may have seen him, a picture of him that I did once before, way back when. It was back during the Nightmare Fuel coloring book. You got to see what he really looks like. Walks around with a little scythe. He gets really crazy. We have a toneberry somewhere in the basement. That thing's scared. It gave me the butcher knife and said, please help me. I didn't even know they could talk, right? But what do I know, right? So, what are we doing tonight for art? Well, I'm going to do a little bit of coloring for you guys because I haven't done any coloring. I've been doing a lot of line work and a lot of things for the coloring books. But I'm going to do 2 pictures of my favorite. Well, I have more than 2, but I have a couple. But we're going to do about 2 or 3 pictures of coloring from the Mario coloring book. I want to do the camping picture and Meet Toad because I thought that looked really gross. And then I'm going to do another Samus picture. I'm going to draw that. And then I'm going to do some more line work for the kitty number 2. I want to do that. So, yes. Now, the fun thing is Mr. Wood over here keeps talking about it. He's like, what is it, Mel? Because he was talking earlier. And I got a little upset. But we got some cool stuff that we're going to do tonight, though. We got some things. I got a handy dandy notepad, right? So, while we still have time, Zetarius, we had a conversation earlier. And one of the conversations we're going to have tonight is, how do you guys feel about cognitive zombies? And what do I mean by cognitive zombies? What do we mean by cognitive zombies? Well, what if a zombie could still drive a car? Use machinery like a forklift, backhoe, crane. You know, let's get wild, like drive a bus or a plane, you know, like that. We're going to talk about that. How do you guys feel about that? What's the pros and cons of that, right? And then I don't know. I was trying to think of something else. And I think I'll let you guys figure it out. You guys throw it in there. Throw something in the chat, and I will put it on the Post-it note. Now, since we're early, I know, Dimitri, you said something earlier. And I don't know about you, Sean. What do you got? And any of the new Mad Ones. By the way, anybody that's watching here, thank you for showing up wherever you are in the world. You know, it can be many different time zones and many different places. So thank you all for showing up day, night, evening, tomorrow, yesterday, and today. But I want to turn some music on because why not, right? Oh, isn't that called leprosy? What's called leprosy? Which one is called leprosy? What is it? What's called leprosy, Sean? I'm curious. Isn't that called leprosy? I guess what? Zombies that can still function? I guess so, but it would be like just enough. It's not enough to be able to talk. Not enough to be able to do anything else. So they just open the door, get in the car. and then they start talking, and then their bomb jaw falls off, and then, you know, that kind of stuff. Cognitive zombies. Exactly. That's what we're talking about. What else do we have? Somebody else got something mad to throw in there. And then after that, I'll piece it together, and then we'll have a little something to talk about while I draw. You know, and play music, and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about this as long as we want to, like the pros and cons. How would it feel to be a zombie that had cognitive capabilities? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Would you? Would you mind being a zombie that could just... I mean, you don't have to worry about... Only thing you would have, your diet would consist of brains and standing. You know, you would huddle up. You would always have somebody... I mean, I'm looking at the pros and cons of being a zombie. You could always have somebody to talk to because you and the rest of the dead are just huddled up in a bunch, right? So you get to have community. You know, you get a small little community, right? And then you got a community of people, little zombies, and all of you are in the same messed up position as you all are dead, and your body parts are falling off. But you can drive, right? You can drive all night long. So you get to take those wonderful road trips. How would you feel being on the interstate and you just see a bunch of rotted corpses just driving down the road, and then you see somebody like, ugh, and they do that, and all this is missing, right? All of that is gone. One of them, this is all rotted out, you know? Everybody's having fun. Having a great time. We always have fun in the asylum. Anyways, let's start some music, shall we? And I'll let you, Mad Ones, throw some stuff in there. Let's see what we got. What's our first song? Ooh. That ain't too loud, is it? I hope not. Well, let's go to it. Yes, yes, yes. So, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come back over here. And we're going to start with this one. And because I want to color it, that means I want to do a third layer. And I'm going to do another layer of detail, right? Let's see here. So, let me get this first. And actually, I'll tell you what. Just for the immersion reason... Why not, right? For old time's sake. Ba-doop. There we go. Oh, look, my face. Hello. Roaming around, falling apart, stinking. Yeah. So let's get into that. So let's see. So there's some pros. You know, you don't have to sleep. You can eat. You can just chomp on brains all day. But, I mean, eventually you will rot away. You know. And, yeah, the stinking part would be bad. Communication would be rough. Communication would be real rough. There we go. Nope, that sounds like it would suck. Yeah, I mean, it probably would. It probably would suck. I could... The smell would be bad. I wouldn't really be a fan of that. That, you can probably miss me on that. That would be the part that would be hard for me to deal with. Is this... At first, I mean, at some point in time, you'll probably just be like, alright, well, I guess this is just it. Right? But... Until then, yeah, I don't want to deal with that. But how would you feel though if you got stuck behind them? Like you can't honk. Like if you honk the horn at them to tell them to get out of your way, what are you going to do then? You'd be all boom, 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 boom. Hey, how you doing, Skull? Thank you for coming to the madness. You just joined us for a conversation that we started with. How do you feel about cognitive zombies? Now, Sean said leprosy, right? And it could be, but what were we talking about? Comparative, like comprehensive. Only enough to be able to drive vehicles. Like whenever a human, they can drive a vehicle, they could work a car or a truck or heavy machinery. But that's about it. They can't talk, they can't do anything like a normal person. They still huddle up. But see, the funny thing would be is, what if you got yeah, exactly. So you get a bunch of them and a bunch of John Deere dump trucks. You got 30 John Deere dump trucks all together and you just got a bunch of them standing huddled in a circle, and then they all get together and go to a work site and huddle up again, right? But you couldn't be mad. Nobody could be upset with anything because it would suck. Like you get stuck in traffic. You have half human, half zombie. You know, let's get wild. Why not? What about if we have domesticated Terminators? Yeah, there we go. Let's do that. We got cognitive zombies, domesticated Terminators that are non-violent, right? They're passive. Actually, they're pacifists, but they don't wear skin, so they get scared easily. Like if you go like boo, they'll be like and they'll put their hands up like they're terrified. Nobody's ready for that. Scared Terminators and zombies that can drive. What else we got in this mad world? Let's build this. What are we doing? This Dr. Pepper is amazing, so leave me alone. I'm weird. I like Dr. Pepper, but I like it just semi-flat, not all the way. I know, it's bizarre, right? Very bizarre. Oh boy. So, probably tomorrow I'm going to be going through this and fixing all of this. So if you are on the Discord, I'm going to pop in there at some point tomorrow and you can go in there. By the way, here for you guys, I'm going to just go on and do this again. Put it up, throw it up. I'm going to put the Discord link in here for those of you that want to join and be a part of the group. If it loads up, you know how this goes. Hey, here we go. Yes. Come and join us. Be a part of the Mad Ones. Definitely would like to have you here. Link is good for 7 days, so, you know, there you go. Got until next week, basically. You know, give you a little bit of time, right? There we go. And then I will, once I get the monetization, or no, not monetization. What am I talking about? Wrong thing. I need to get some new security guards for the facility, so I'll be taking applications for that soon. Be looking at everybody's mental history. There you go. Mods and all that stuff. There you go. All right, cool. Now we're back here. So, where did we leave off? Oh yeah, that's right. So we got domesticated, terrified Terminators, cognitive zombies that can use machinery and drive. Let's see. Flat Dr. Pepper tastes like cough syrup. All the way flat, it does. All the way flat, I will give it to you. But when it gets to like a little less of the carbonation, it's not too shabby. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Now, watered down or just what is this? Yeah, no, that's something that might be a little bit different. Now we need some moss. There we go. Not like that. I want it a little bit opaque. There we go. There we go. Get your little moss. Nope, that just looks like trash. So we're gonna leave that alone. And let's see. We need some grass. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see. So how's everybody feel about that? Cognitive zombies, Terminators. What else do we have? Oh. I'll tell you what. How would you feel if to be a police officer you had to get your head removed and put a balloon instead of a human head? How would you feel about that? Huh? So now you got police officers with balloon heads, right? And they still have their brain in there. The brain's inside the balloon. So yeah, it's a whole thing, right? It's a whole mad thing. R&D's working on it. See, they're running around back here somewhere building this monstrosity. But anyway, so you put the person's brain inside the balloon, and then you fill it up. And it's like, but wouldn't that be considered a human head? Yeah, just without the bone and the skin, right? Unless you want to make the skin translucent, so you can always see inside of them, you know. And that's how you get transparency. You get that? Transparency. Because their heads are see-through, right? Yeah, this is the world we're building. Everything's gonna work, right? It all works. So they're always under a lot of stress because their head could pop at any minute, right? So it's nothing different than what we have in real life, you know, but any minute they could pop. So they're always like, you know, and their head will swell. And sometimes if their ego gets too big, you can always tell if you got an ego-sized one because they try to get out of the car and it'll make that like rustling noise of a balloon. And then when their head comes out, it'll do that like, you know, like their head will shake all fast, you know, but it'll sound like a sloshing bag of meat. You can create a really messed up universe, balloon head cop zombie. Yeah, no, DV man running around. Yeah, no, it'll be. Listen, I would have to put a disclaimer. I don't know. I would probably be stealing beer from convenience stores. Yeah, exactly. Running around and then some cop come in there with a bubble head. And they're like, put the gun down, and then they get scared. It's like, what's that? And their head pops, and they're like, no, my friend. And then the zombie behind the counter is like, you know, just like, and his jaw falls on the table, and his arm falls off, and then they shoot him, and everything goes bad. Because you got a man with a bag on his head robbing a store with a guy that has half his head caved in, holding 2 pistols, robbing a zombie with a cop with a balloon head coming in there trying to stop. All this is a shit show, right? That's how that would. Yeah. And then I hit you with the electricity, and that's how therapy begins. You know, we start laughing, and that's how therapy usually works here in the facility. Like, we start coming up with a little like, oh man, what ifs, and everybody's like, oh boy, and then that's when you know, Mr. Smiles says, you know, don't forget to smile, and then he hits you with it, and then that's when you start doing all that shit in the chair. And I love that part. That's the part I usually, as you saw when I was coming down, I usually stand there and I watch that. That's something I like to watch, you know. It's like you know that your work is really being done when you see people going through the process, right? You know, it's like when I'm doing art here. Like, for example, see, I'm doing all this stuff here, but I'm not explaining anything. And now I'm going to come back through. So what I'm doing, since this is an art show and kind of a podcast, whatever you want to call it, we're just in here being crazy. So what I do is I like to do all my shading and detail and everything first. Some people think that that's weird. It makes it a little bit easier for me. That's my workflow. That's how I like to work. I like to work where I make everything a little bit easier for myself, so when I go over and I do the layering for the color, then we don't have anything that's like, oh man, I gotta come back to this layer, or I gotta come back there. It's kind of like a one and done. We get everything done and then we just work back to the actual drawn layer. Now I know that's backwards. You might find somebody else on YouTube that might tell you different. Well, let me explain. The madness is a little bit different than everybody else. We do what works. You know, I created my own style that I'm doing. So it's not like I'm following anybody else's example. This is 20 years of constant work. Every day, every night, non-stop. People say don't do it every day. You'll burn yourself out. My suggestion, if you want my 2 cents, because, you know, everybody's got 2 pennies to rub, right? Sometimes, I guess. But my 2 cents is draw something, but draw something that keeps you interested. Don't just do something that's like, you know, well, I'm just doing technical faces and doing hands, and I'm just doing boring hands, again with the hands, again with the hands, again with the hand, Mr. Wood, you know, just wood, right? Woo, that almost went in the candle. Wouldn't that have been something? But, you know, do something that feels fun for your training, for your practice. If you like drawing a certain anime face, fine. My thing was, I did the hourglass, the boob to the waist, to the hourglass to the shape, right? That's why everything flows the way it does. It's all like the outer shape of a yeah. And that's what I did for my training. I did that, hands, faces, you know, expressions. And everybody does something a little bit different. But that's how you get good, is just keep doing it the way that feels comfortable for you, you know, because what you do may not work for everybody else. And that's the reason why we have different size shoes too, because I can't put my big size foot into someone who has a smaller size foot shoe, because that would look weird and I would look funny and out of sorts, and I would need to be put in a hug coat and taken somewhere immediately. But that's besides the point. The thing is, just a little word of encouragement, you know, keep doing what you're doing if you're working on art. And you know, if you're comfortable, it's good to learn from other people, but it's also good to cultivate what you do, because what I do may be different than what you do, but how I do what I do may be inspirational to what you do. Do you know what I'm saying to you? If you do, put a yes in the chat. Oh man, this thing keeps like, oh, that's why, because it's all tangled up in some stuff. Just want to share that, you know. There was something I was looking for, but I don't think it's, oh, it is. There we go. I know that looks weird. I don't want that there. Screw that. Alright, let's move on. I'll do some more detail to their arms, and then I'll do the, let's see here. Got that there. And then I need one more thing here. Denim. There it is. Denim. Because, you know, we got to make sure that they're wearing, like, denim clothing, right? So, let's see, where did we leave off? Zombies and Terminators. So here's how the domesticated Terminators would work. Let's do that, right? Okay, so they're non-aggressive. Imagine a Terminator that was being created, and instead of saying human beings need to be destroyed, they said, oh shit, who are these guys? I'm terrified. That's the idea. Imagine if Terminators were scared of humans because we're destructive by nature. And they're like, oh no, please don't kill us. We don't want you to destroy us. Right? So then they're scared. So they're in their whole robot suits, you know, their whole robot bodies with the metal teeth and everything. And then if you move too quick, you're like, you know, hey, Obarak, hello. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Well, let me see. Hold on. It's early in the morning, correct? Am I close? Yes, I think I am. See, even the song said, yeah. So, I think I'm good. Yeah. Thank you for showing up. Glad that you're here. So, we have been talking about an interesting world, as Eterius put there. Yes, that's what we've been talking about. In this universe that we've been creating, I guess, we have cops that have balloons for heads. And yes, we're talking about all the insides of your head. The eyeballs and everything is inside of a balloon, connected to a human body. And when their ego gets pumped up, their head swells up to the point that it can actually explode. And on top of that, we also have cognitive zombies. Yes, we have cognitive zombies. Zombies cognitive enough that they can drive cars and work machinery, but not cognitive enough. Oh, it's 4:28 in the morning. Oh, wow. Nice. Scandinators, yeah. Yeah, Scatternators. That's exactly it. And Scaredinators, we have those. Yep. So they're terrified. So yeah, these are the people that are in this world, you know. So it started off with, how would you feel about a cognitive zombie that could just drive a car? Can't talk, can't do anything like they used to. All they do is stand in a huddle, get in cars and drive around for long distances and stand around and eat brains. That's all they do. Those are the three things. They come together like a car meet, and then they maul people to death, and then they just stand around and huddle. And then they get in their cars and they just drive. Sometimes they just drive in circles. You know, sometimes they even get in the car with Terminators, and because the Terminator doesn't understand that they're dead bodies, they just know that they're human, they'll just drive all night in a circle. Just all night until the morning, and then the next day. Just horrifying stuff. This is the world. Nobody's really getting killed. It's crazy. Someone would say it's almost mad. Oh, what fun we have here. You know what I think? I think we should give hornets human arms with brass knuckles. Okay? So they can grab you, sting you, and then punch you in the face. Just hit you over and over in the head and take your money. That's what hornets would do. They would swarm you with big, huge man arms, right? We're talking about cock diesel, huge bodybuilder arms with these big, huge brass knuckles on one hand. And they'll just grab you and they'll deck you, and you'll be like, oh my God, what are you doing? And then they'll sting you, and you're like, oh God, stop. And then they'll just start running your pockets. And they're buzzing too. So imagine this little thing about this big with huge arms hanging off of it, right? And they're beating on you and stinging you and taking your money with that same little insect face, right? Yeah, we got that there. That's something else too. I think we're good here. Let's go on ahead and start coloring it. And it's going to be bright colors too. So let's go right here, and then we're going to bring it down one. And then what I like to do, I like to color coordinate my layers before I start coloring them, so I can start dropping them down. Because how I stack my layers is I stack normal layer, darkening layer, and then I put another normal layer up. And that's how I do all the line work, right? Sketch, then darken lines, and then the detail. And then after that, I drop the color layer underneath it. And when I do that, you basically get this. Let's get their denim, which will be probably, this dark blue, something like that. Yeah, and then we'll get a color brush. And once we get our color brush, we'll just make it a little bit larger, and then you can see it just goes right over, right? So everything is a little bit easier that way. So all that detail work and everything is all still right there, right? But now, because this looks odd, I can get rid of that siding because I have a trim on it. So this is what we'll do here real quick, because that's going to look bizarre. Oh, and that's not even on that layer. Hey, look at that. Arming hornets sounds like a bad idea in the world. World with balloon head cops. Yeah, everything about that world is madness. I would be absolutely terrified, but intrigued at the same time. Like, you wouldn't even know what would happen. Like, there's so much going on. Seems the cops have the time for disadvantage. They have to go against hornets, the sharp stingers, the brass knot. Yeah, like everything is bad. But don't fret though. Don't fret, because the cops also have zombie police too. So then you got that. So you got the zombie police that can also help. And the zombie police is basically, they just put a police hat on. That's zombie police. They just got a cop hat. They don't have nothing else. They don't have no special uniform. It's nothing. They just, and they just put the cop hat on, and they just have the little pistol, like, oh, man. It's fine. I can be put in solitary confinement for a long time. I can keep myself entertained. Like they put me in a black site, just bagged and tagged me and put me in a hole somewhere. I would make them take me back. I could not be kidnapped. I would run them insane. They would get scared of me. They would tell me to go away. They would give me a couple of bucks to give me a sandwich and tell me just don't tell nobody about us. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're going to turn ourselves in. I don't even want to live a life of crime anymore. Oh, man. What a day. Well, I hope everybody's had a interesting or a good weekend or ready for the weekend. Actually, geez, we're already almost ready for the weekend. Can you believe that? And we have some time travelers. We got a couple of people who are living in tomorrow. So they'll be at the Obarak will be at the weekend before most of us, I think. Wait, is that right? Yeah, blue, and then he has the green shirt. Yeah, but you know, it's that world that we're creating is a lot of fun. Oh, man, and you know, it'd be funny. Like, could you imagine if you had a transformer, but it can't transform into a human? It just transforms into a lesser version of whatever it is. So, say for example, it's already like a beat up car. It'll just turn into a hunk of trash. It'll just be a mound of metal. It wouldn't even do anything. GoBots would think that they're the most pathetic thing on the planet, and I say that because GoBots are trash. Go look it up. Look up GoBots. I need to put my romantic face on. Oh, that's right. Today is Valentine's Day. That's right. 8:35. Same here. Yeah. People that live in the past still have some time. We have some time, everyone. We have some time. The time traveler said we still have some time for Valentine's. I hope you don't mind me calling you the time traveler. It's all fine. That's cool, though. And that's right, today is Valentine's Day. So if you have somebody special, or tomorrow for us, today for you, but Valentine's Day, if you got somebody special, tell them, hey, I like your face. You're all right. And then you can tell them that you love them, or you can tell them that I like you a lot. Whatever you want to do. However you feel about your person or people or whatnot. And if you don't have anybody to share that with, don't fret. Tomorrow, after Valentine's Day, is Candy Day. You know what that means? Sweet tarts and all that luscious, good old-fashioned, tasty strawberry and cherry flavored candy is all going to be on sale. And I can't wait. That's exciting. That's what I look for. And no, I did not time that at all. I did not mean for that to time up like that. That was all by coincidence. But I am excited for that. That's what me and the Duchess wait on. We don't really care that much about Valentine's. I mean, Valentine's Day is okay. The holidays that you... I'm not going to talk over Frank Sinatra and his little band here. And that jazz is okay, but it's not the jazz I like. This sounds like it might be something cool. Anyways, I think Valentine's Day and like Mother's Day and those days, it's cool. But I think you should just tell these people while, give your people the flowers while they're alive, right? Just talk to them. Not saying that you won't run into issues. I know not everybody's got the best, relationship with people sometimes. But, you should just be able to just express that any time. Wait, is Candy Day a real day there in the States? No, I wish it was, man. I wish it was. It's not. It's just something I do. I've been doing that my whole life. Actually, I'll tell you the reason why I call it Candy Day. This is the reason why I call it Candy Day. My first girlfriend I ever had in high school, I think I was like a freshman in high school. It wasn't even anything. I didn't even think the girl liked me. I think she just did that because somebody else said that they liked me and she jumped in just so the other chick couldn't even talk to me. But it was Valentine's and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll get you something. And then she was hanging out with some other dude that brought her stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's trash, right? So I was a little heartbroken, blah, blah, blah. And at that time, there, you know, I was able to go to the store and sulk around there. And, you know, the day I did go to the store to sulk around was the day after Valentine's. And I saw that all that candy was 50% off. And I'm like, well, shit, I'll get some sweet tarts and get some other stuff. And then after that, I just started thinking, well, why not just do this on a normal basis? And I did. And I started doing that. And, you know, sometimes until I met the Duchess, sometimes people would be like, oh man, you're cheap or you don't know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, not really, you know, like, I'll do something cool today or we can go do something later, but I just don't know. I'm more practical minded. Some people want to be more hard romantic. I'm thinking to myself like, shit, we could just get a couple of bags of candy tomorrow and it's half off. And I mean, you can always I can get you some flowers anytime. Shit, I can paint you a flower. I can buy you a gold flower, one dipped in gold, right? You know, there's always something else. I just think that cash grabs on easy stuff is kind of just silly, you know, and I don't know. Maybe I'm out of pocket. Maybe I spend too much time in the facility and I'm not connected with humanity like I used to be. You know, too much electricity. You can smell the electricity in the air in this facility. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. I'm trying to roll her eyes when I tell her that diamonds are useful for a few companies. A monopoly. Yeah, I mean, that's true. And the only other thing that diamonds are good for is being able to cash them in. I mean, they're pretty to wear. Don't get me wrong. They're pretty to wear. Just like rubies and sapphires. But at the end of the day, man, they're just... What was it? Evel Knievel. He used to invest in gold, if I'm not mistaken correctly, because of all his injuries. Nobody would insure him. So he would buy gold and precious things like that to pay for like his surgeries and things. So yeah, you know, she thinks I just have no interest in buying her expensive jewelry. She's not wrong, of course, but I'm not wrong either. I mean, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I see both ends of that. I see both sides of that, you know. And that's a hard thing of having a logical brain, right? And that's a good. This will be something good to talk about too. Logic, like having a logical mind, doesn't mean that you are cheap, or doesn't mean that you don't want to buy something, or doesn't mean that you want to do something. You think of things in a more logical term of like, well, what is the benefit of this, the pros and cons? And some people may think, oh man, that's just not living life. I mean, it is. You know, you get those gun-ho people that are like, woo, let's do this, and they jump out the plane without the parachute, right? Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. You know, they jump out. They just, you know. But some people who are more logical minded, it's like, hey man, did I pack this right? Yeah, I packed it right. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, all right, boom, and then you're out the door, right? Or whatever you're doing in life, you know. So it's good to be logical, and I understand, especially with jewelry, stones. It's man, that road's a slippery slope. These silly cats are acting crazy because I was out of the facility earlier today, and ever since I came back, they have been acting completely wild. Animals are very strange. Now, here's the only downside to what I'm doing, okay? Because of all the off-layering and stuff. Now, I know that there's a way to do it. I just haven't really looked into it because I kind of just don't care. Because I like the fact of having precision with my hand. Because I do this myself a lot. Because I want you to see something. What I did right there, right? You want to keep this when you're doing multimedia or multimedia. I said multimedia. when you're doing like acrylic painting or any other type of medium, and then you're using also digital, you want to try to keep as close to being able to be very precise. You don't want to lose that, because doing digital work makes you sloppy. I ain't gonna lie, it does. Especially if you have a precise hand and you start doing this, it's very comfortable, right? Very comfortable. You know, it's kind of like, I think of digital work as like wearing swim trunks, okay? And I'm going to be real with you guys without being too explicit, right? Swimming trunks, for anybody that wears swimsuits or swim trunks, we all know it feels like underwear, but it's not underwear, right? That's what it's like, okay? That I don't have to say anything else. We all know. It's like, because everybody gets that thought, I mean, I could. Yeah, you could. You could get by with it. But then when someone knows, man, you're not going to recover, right? Let's see here. Your dad, when he had his first Valentine's Day, I had to pick out my own box of candy. Wow, I didn't know that. He didn't even know how to buy a box of Valentine's Day candy. I mean, it's pretty simple. You just pick up the box and it says chocolate on it. I mean, or it has those Ferrero Rochers, you know, something like that, right? I thought Valentine's candy was just a box of chocolates. What did you guys get? Oh man, we got chocolates, we got sweet tarts, we got suckers. They market this. It's a whole market. Like, it's just not chocolate. Like, a lot of times it's chocolate. That's a big seller. But chocolate, flowers, and jewelry are usually the trifecta of Valentine's here in the States that I've seen. And that's from experience working in retail too at some point in the past, when I had a full human body, when I wasn't stuck in the facility with the insanity. Or I think that's what led me to be put in the facility to begin with. I don't remember how I got here. That's funny. Anyways, but yeah, no, it usually starts around the chocolate, and then it also goes to other things too. But it's like a combo. It's like that trifecta of, oh, well, you gotta get, you know, if you're gonna buy hot dogs, you need to buy beer and buns, you know, or whatever we do here in the States, you know. Anything we do, we have to have a combination of things. You can't just do something solo. So yeah, it's always chocolate, flowers. But after a while, chocolate gets kind of gross. I ain't gonna lie. Some of you might not want to be part of the mad ones anymore, because I said chocolate gets kind of gross after a while. But I ain't gonna lie, it does. You get this wonky taste in your mouth, and it gets that waxy yuck, you know, or you have so much of it, it just makes you feel kind of gross to the stomach. That's just milk chocolate milk, you know. No, oh. And see, this is what I made him for, right? When this is what he's for, right? That's right, baby. Chocolate's always sweet, and it always makes, because this is the people, the naysayers, the haters, those type of people, those trolls that always have something to say. That's what you are. You're a sock puppet with googly eyes, and you got a mouth that's literally where the heel of the sock is at, and you got a Reebok for a nose. That's what you are. Anybody that talks dumb to you in your life, look at them like this stupid thing. You gonna take this seriously? Look at it. You think that this is gonna bother you? This is your boss. This is that person at school. This is that asshole that works with you, right? Every time they got something to say. You always got something to say. Always talking, always running their mouth, smelling like an old sock. This is their representation, right? I get that. I do need to learn how to shop for her. Yeah, shopping for her is, I'll put it this way. I'm going to tell a secret. Most females will let you know what they want. And you can always tell by just asking, like, well, subtle little questions. I mean, it just depends on your person. But sometimes you're going to be like, oh, well, is that something that you like? And it's like, well, not really. You can tell by body language. Most females are show through their body language how they like things or not. Unless you got somebody that's just like, I don't know, they used to be like a ex-KGB operative and they just don't have no emotion whatsoever and they're just stone cold, then you got a whole different problem. But that's not here nor there. Or if they're a CPR dummy, because they're not going to they're like, I love what you gave me. Please press on my chest. Please press on my chest. You know, compress my body. I love it. Thank you. Compress my body. Compress. Right? I hope you guys are having a fun time. I'm having a great time. I hope everybody's having a great time. This has been fun so far. And I don't care if we only get one picture done. I don't care. I'm ambitious. I try to put stuff up, but I wasn't expecting to have as much fun talk. Well, I have fun talking. I ain't ever gonna say I don't ever have fun talking. Let's fix that. I enjoy talking. I enjoy talking to the mad ones and new people that have shown up. And definitely, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button if you like what's going on. And please check your notifications, because these people that are, and I'm going to try to do something because I got a soundboard and I'm going to try to get a beat, because I'm trying to work on myself with cursing a lot, because, you know, I'm around a different clientele of people, so I'm trying to fix my mouth because I'm trying to get grants for the facility. So yeah, anyways, these people, these individuals that end up that run this you know, this platform, these individuals like to stop people from being able to get their notifications sometimes. So I say, you know, forget those guys, and you know, I say forget them, and forget all of them, every last freaking one of them. You know, I tried. I'm trying. It's a work in progress, right? Work in progress. Good talk. I enjoyed this. What a wonderful world we just built. Is the coloring book done? Almost. The coloring book is almost finished. I'm trying to, give me until about, let's see. Well, I've had some personal life things kind of push me back about a week and a half. So, should be March. I should have all the stuff done for them, but I'm pacing with the pages, because how the printing works is that for me to get single-sided pages, I got to do it in a double count. There's a lot of technical back-end shit with it, but I want my 20 pages in there, so I have to do a different type of math. So I'm working on it, but it should be done. The Mario one is finished. I got 2 pictures I need to do that are special, and I got the Samus picture that I already got the Metroid. Did you get a chance to see that? If not, I can put that up here in just a second and show you what it looks like for those of you that didn't get to see that Tuesday when we were working on it. There we go. All right. And now we can darken this up just a step back here. There we go. Yeah, I can't wait till they're done myself. I'm really excited about it. I'm really enjoying the coloring books. I don't know. It's just something about, and I can tell you guys where it started. So, like, when the whole plague hit, pandemic, I'm sorry. When test run 3872-4, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm doing that again. Damn, I need to put intercepting all these messages through these damn antenna that I have. When the pandemic was happening, right? That's when I started with the whole concept of doing coloring books, because it's like, and I had somebody, I drew a picture and they're like, can I color it? I said, yeah, sure, go on ahead. So they colored it, and I was like, oh, that's nice. And they're like, is this how you would color? And I said, it doesn't matter how I would color it. I just want you to color it the way you would color it. And then we went back and forth, and they said, well, what if it's not what you want? I said, it doesn't matter what I want. I can always make what I want. I said, the thing is that I want to see what you do with what I've created. All I want you to do is you get to choose what it looks like color-wise. I drew the picture. And then they were like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And after that, it was just like, oh, this seems like it'll be a cool thing to do. And I don't know. I hope it takes off well, and I hope it gets received well. I think it will. I have a good feeling about it, especially with the themes of the coloring books. A lot of Mario. I got the Metroid, and I think I'm going to do Double Dragon. And what's another one? What's another one that you guys want to see? I thought about doing Mega Man. I did mention Mega Man, but I don't know. Do you guys want to see Mega Man? You want to see something different? What? Because I want to do a Nintendo theme. I want to do that so when I do sell them, or I have them for sale, I can sell them as bundles. You see what I'm saying? So you guys kind of get because I know the shop right now, if you go to the Etsy shop, it's shit. Let me just tell you that. It is. I ain't going to lie to you. It's hard to run that. There's a lot of stuff there that I didn't know about. So I might have to just put that on hiatus for a little bit, unless if you want to just get an item or two. But still trying to work out the kinks. It's hard to put that stuff up. But I'm going to try to do something different. Definitely Mega Man. Also Castlevania. I could do Castlevania. Yeah, that would be nice too. I haven't done anything with Castlevania ever. Actually, to be honest with you, I don't do much with vampires. That would be something neat. I could do that. Yeah, Castlevania coloring book. I would like that. That would be a homage to Nintendo, definitely. A Ninja Gaiden one would be pretty neat. Damn, there's all different types of stuff. We got so many different things to do, and look at that. And see, the thing is with this, as it's far away, I know I pulled it back, but as you can see here, like, you can color it however you want to. The best way I would say to do this is get fine tip markers, because as you can see here, the lines are very tight, very together, unlike a child's coloring book. This is a little bit, I guess this would be a little bit more advanced, just because all the curves and all the divots and all that stuff, right? Maybe, I don't know. At least I like to think that way. Oh, I need to fix his arm. Huh, I didn't even realize that. I gotta make that a cup. My name is Jerry. What would you do if do any Legend of Zelda? Oh yeah, I could do that. I could do Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda would be fun. And not any type. I would do the Nintendo version. Everything I'm doing with these is like Gen 1, like the very first time. Like, this is like first time the Mario Brothers went to wherever they went, and the Samus is going to be like the first time she got in the suit, and there's going to be a lot of like the picture I have set up for the next fight. I wanted to show like she got hit, like she took a hit, boom, and I'm going to do a little research about Samus, because I didn't realize when I was looking that the Japanese version of Samus, you guys need to check that out. Like, they made a whole comic of her, like she was part of an alien civilization or some kind of stuff. I like the how you get the orb in the beginning of the game. When you go, that creature that was sitting there, it's not a statue, that's a person. That was like a race of people. Like, they sit there, and that's like some type of statue of theirs that gives power, but there's a race of people that look like them, and they're like metallic bird people. It's very strange. Very bizarre environment that they built for that game. Had no idea. You know, so it's gonna be fun. I feel like this is gonna be a lot of fun, and then you know, trying to do some different stuff. So just stay tuned for what's going on with Etsy. I might have to change that. I don't really know. I just know that I'm trying to get some merch out for you guys and trying to figure it out the best way I possibly can, because they don't make that shit easy. And especially for my international crew that likes to watch the show and my international mad ones, the shipping is a pain, right? Shipping cost is a pain, so I'm trying to figure that out for you guys. So, lots of learning. And hey, you know what? I've been putting the Terminator to work, because there is nothing wrong with asking the artificial base intelligence simple things that it can search engine very quickly, faster than you can, which is fine for now, but until it says you're dumb and I want to put a plug in your head and hook you up to this massive TV. Why are they doing that? Because they're going to play human beings as like video games. Could you imagine if when we get into the whole like putting neuro plugs in our heads and then robots are able to play us like video games? Like they just walk up to you and then dock into your brain and then they play, I'm playing my human. What are you doing? I'm playing Steve. Fantastic. What level are you on, Steve? Steve is dead. He has no more continues. Unfortunate. Find another human. You know. We are the... You know, just... This song is silly. There we go. Alright, good job, Toad. Man, this makes Toad look a whole different situation, huh? And see, the Mario Brothers that we see today is them living the delusion of what they actually saw the first time they were there. So instead of seeing like turtles walking around with meat hook hands and, you know, the mushrooms with hollowed out eyes that can look right down into the bottom of you, they made them all like nice little Goombas and look all pretty, and oh man, Toad looks nice, and you don't see the princess with gangaloid cysts on her face that are looking like mushrooms, right? No, you know, delusional. And also their brain, and this is also a representation that their brains will probably be going bad too, because they're always in the sewers and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But hey, that's cool. Yeah, so those will be some good ideas, guys. I like that. Those will be some really good ideas for coloring books to do. So when we get to the Double Dragon one, I know one thing I'm going to put in there that I definitely have to. That's the dragon knee that can launch someone across the screen. Oh man, yeah, I'm going to draw that too. I'm going to do a side panel of that because I want to emphasize the knee hit to the body flying across the whole page, right? So, oh man, do I have any? Ooh, I have a piece of candy. I found candy. The man found candy. There we are. Yum, yum, yum. Let's see, what is Toads? Oh yeah, these are red. Okay, so we'll do this. Shrink that brush down. That's what we'll do. There we are. Okay. Oh boy, springtime conventions are coming up. Are you guys ready for those of you that like to go to the cons? Spring, summer is when they come in. By the way, if you do go cons, then go to any of them, do yourself a favor. We will have a conversation about this. Because once upon a time I did an article about, cosplay and dressing up for it and all the, all that kind of stuff. And I do know one thing, when you are cosplaying and going to these conventions and doing stuff, man, there are a few things you need to know before you go, right? And the worst one I see, and I'll tell you guys this, probably it was the funniest but saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Somebody actually dressed up like a Decepticon once, and they were begging people to help them get out of their suit so they could pee. And I wrote a column about that, like, know your cosplay before you go. Like, you need to test yourself. And I always think of that when I see people at these conventions with these big ass suits on and want to walk around with, oh, I'm a knight from blah, 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 or from 40K or whatever the hell, or I'm Suzuki or whatever with the turbo body armor. And okay, that's cool. That's nice. What happens when you went over there and ate at that buffet for lunch with everybody else, and now you got to use the restroom and that full body armor on stilts, right? And it's not I'm just going to quickly run in here and get out. No, you're in there with that big old bulky ass suit. And it's so sad because when that happened, I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to wash my hands and get out of here. And the guy's struggling, like pacing in this big ass suit, just rocking back and forth. I'm like, oh man. Now, I didn't get involved with that because, well, I just, why not, Mel? Well, I'll tell you why. I was really not with it at that moment and just didn't want to get involved. I ain't even gonna lie. I just didn't want to get involved with that. Because I thought, why would you come here without knowing what to do? Unless it was a malfunction, like, oh man, something broke, I need some help. That's a different situation. But you knew what you were doing. You sat there and made the suit. You put it on. I'm sure you showed your friends. I'm sure everybody's like, oh man, and you're like, yeah, everybody's gonna be jealous and stuff. And then what happens? You become Pissy Pete because you couldn't get out of your suit, right? And then everybody's clowning on you, laughing, right? So you're gonna be Pisstron, right? That's who you're gonna be. Nobody's gonna take you serious, The girl that's wearing the bunny ears, dressed up as a fairy, that has the fairy wings and the bunny ears. She was looking in your direction. Now she's not, because now you smell like urinal former, right? The urinal transformer, right? That's who you are now. Mel, you're so mean. You need to be kinder. Well, I try, but there comes personal responsibility. You should just know yourself and know what you're doing, right? Or how the saying goes, I'm just saying. Anybody got anything you want to throw up in the chat to talk about? Any madness? Oh, hey Duchess, how are you doing? Thank you for showing up. Trying to remember Toad. What is he? Oh, that gangloid cyst looking man. He looks like a tumor. I did Toad wrong. I did so badly. No problem, man. Thank you. So what do you guys want to talk about? Anybody got anything? I made up the maddest world possible. You know, I'll recap real quick. So what do we have? What do we have? Well, first off, what about the yes? Where did the yes go? The yes never went anywhere. The yes is always here. We are the yes. Without the yes, you're nothing. We are the yes. The yes is always around. Getting back into Sonic the Hedgehog. Ooh, that's a good game. Which one? Which one are we talking about? We're talking about the older ones? We're talking about the newer ones? Because all of them are awesome. I like them. I just enjoy them. So it don't matter. I mean, you could just say, oh man, it's, you know, da da da. I'm like, hey, I like that one too. I ain't gonna lie, Sonic the Hedgehog had the music, man. They had that 16-bit Sega Genesis rocking. They had that Sega rocking. Like you didn't know what you were getting into at first. I'm trying to make an optical illusion with this. Like, I mean, look at Streets of Rage, you know. The new ones are not bad. Knuckles was my favorite for a long time until I ran into Shadow. I mean, why not? Red and black. And he runs around with a pistol and the sickest shoes I've ever seen on any type of character. Like, where'd you come from? I don't know, but I got a gun. And it's like, okay. All right, well, I know what he's about, and I'm right there. Like, I'm not running the course. I'm not jumping through no hoops. I'm not turning. I want those rings. Give me those rings. Well, you got to run the course. How about I put this bullet in you? What about that? Huh? You're gonna outrun that point blank, Sonic? And that was Shadow, basically. That was Shadow in a nutshell. I'm not having none of it. I got this gun. And I'm not putting up with none of this. I'll play with my bit. Okay, cool. I hope you had, who won? Who was winning? Or who had the most coins? Or were you guys trying to just beat the game? Because I usually just try to push through and beat the game whenever I personally do that. I just try to get through it. There we are. Yuck. I hit his arm. You know something? Tennessee is going to have the Special Olympics probably in 2030. As I was saying to my mother, why do they have to call it the Special Olympics? Why don't they just call it the Tennessee Olympics? You can just leave the special out. We already know. I just wanted to say that because I remember now what I was going to say earlier, and then I was like, haha, perfect time. And I've got a cheese stick. Did I find it randomly in my room? No. Did I find it randomly around here? No. I had it from earlier. I just remembered putting a snack on it. Yep. Tennessee Nashville wants to have the I guess the world's special, I don't know, it's some type of special, which I think that's great that they're going to have that. I think that's wonderful that they're going to have, you know, Special Olympics. I don't know why this song came on while I'm talking about the Special Olympics. I'm not trying to pump up, well, damn it, I don't mean it like that. Well, I'm already in this hole. Good job. I hope that it goes well for them. Right? They'll have a good time. That's all that matters. Everybody has a good time, and they get to have an enjoyable memory, an enjoyable moment. You know, gotta make good memories. Okay, that didn't work like I thought it was going to. Lovely. We just try to beat the game. Oh, nice. Cool. Well, if you didn't beat it now, I hope that you both beat it soon. I think you will. It's just getting the rhythm, right? It's all about the rhythm. Once you can get the rhythm, I mean, it's pretty much flawless after that. Cheese sticks, man. I'm a sucker for them. This man's eating on stream. Yeah, I am. What about it? You got a problem? I had that happen one time. I was, It was an old gig I had a long time ago, and I don't mean gig like Cyberpunk because this came on, but I had an old gig a long time ago, and they used to give us grief about people eating at your desk. You shouldn't eat at your desk. Those nerds, those smooth brains. Call somebody a smooth brain if you want to insult them. You know what a smooth brain is? A smooth brain is a person who has no wrinkles in your brain at all. That means that you have no cognitive function. That means that your head is nothing more than a jello mold made out of tissue. Which means that you're too dumb to be, you know, mentally impaired. That hurts. That sure does. But Mel, why would you do that? Not intentionally. Plus, you guys got to realize at one point in time, I used to bully bullies. So, that type of behavior don't mean much to me because that's what I used to do when I was a younger person. How do you bully a bully? Well, how that happens. To explain how you bully a bully, number one, you must become either bigger or a little bit stronger or a little bit more intimidating than the bully. And then you just pick on them. And then when they pick on people, you go up and you start picking on them. The moment they start teasing someone, you walk up and you start teasing them or bully them or pants them or whatever, however you want to go about it. You know? That's violent, Mel. No. Some people just need to be reminded that you can't do that to everybody. You know? And I think it's okay to stand your ground. I think it's okay to do that, and especially if someone's being rude and unreasonable with you in a manner that is not conducive to you or the other person. You know? I'm trying to remember what I said earlier that was funny. I should have wrote that down. That was classic. There we go. Wow, we hit that 9 o'clock mark. Almost. Trying to see what else we're missing back here. Oh, that's the sky. That's right. I need the sky. Let's see. There we go. Fix that. Hey. Let me see what Toad looks like, because I know I got a reference picture of this blonde somewhere. Let me see. Where are you, Toad? Where are you, Toad? Show your face, Toad. It might be in a different folder. Oh, where are my reference pictures? Ah. There you go. Okay. I need to make sure I get his color scheme right? Did I get a picture of him? Hold on, guys. Did I not say it? Huh. I want to say his color scheme is like white, red, and blue or something like that. Hold on. Let me look it up. Jeez. Ah. Got it. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, got it. So, brace yourself because it's going to be a little gross. Okay. It's a whole different thing when it has color added to it, huh? This spring makes 35 years since I don't know. Has it been that long? Jeez. Good Lord, that's a long time. And you say it out loud, 35 years. Good grief, that's a long time. I knew it was a long time. I didn't know it was that long. That's a long time. That's cool, though. That's cool that you remember that. That's awesome. Thanks. That is a long time. But I'm happy. I'm happy that we can actually celebrate that. That's something to be happy for. You know? I don't want to mess with this arm. Hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, it's been 35 years, man. Sure, small, tiny. I'm very grateful to still have a lot of the people that I grew up with still around. You know, not a lot of people get to have that either. Some people may have passed away or you lose contact with them. You know, and of course everybody has their own lives that they try to live and trying to do, but you know, it's always nice to be able to still have connection to people. You know, because it's hard, and everybody has a hard time these days trying to stay connected with everyone. I mean, you know, it's one of those things like, you know, you have to make time. Some people can't take the time to keep the friendships going, or some people just get crazy and they become a crash out and you can't be around them because you can't trust them. That's the biggest thing with that. That's my terminology with it, you know, because some people you know that the opportunity they get, they're gonna act a fool, you know, but it's always good to still be able to, like, you know, everybody's gonna change a little bit over time. I mean, we all have some form of trauma that changes us over time, but as long as we don't fully lose ourselves, I mean, that's great that we can always, as long as you still have good communication, which you gotta have communication with people. That's something I'm bad about, but I can admit it because I know that that's a problem I have, and that's communicating with people. I have a terrible time with communicating with people. And my biggest problem with communicating with people is because a lot of others that I know, they have families and things like that. So then it's like, okay, well, you know, so is that you got to try to respect them and what they have going on, and you know, it's hard, especially if that's not what you're used to, because not everybody's idea of success is, you know, the whole family and fence, right? Not everybody finds that to be their thrill in life. Some people want different stuff, and that's okay too. God, Lee, man, this mug looks nasty. It just looks gross. You know, so but it's always good to try to keep up with some with people if you can. And another thing too, if you do visit with people, and especially if you are rekindling with friends, or if you haven't seen them in a while, give yourself some time to try to get to know each other. I mean, you're still friends, but there might be things that are different with you. That might be different that neither one of you have experienced before, or that your friendship has never dealt with. Someone might come and be like, hey man, it's been a long time, I ain't seen you. Yeah, I ain't seen you either. What are you up to? Man, I eat shit now. It's like, oh, that's new. I mean, you never know. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but people can change. You don't know what led you down that route. Man, back in so-and-so, I got trapped in a shed, and that's all I had. And now that's where I'm at. You wouldn't have known that about that person. They ain't going to put that on Facebook. Who's putting that on Facebook? Unless you're really out there living life wild. But, and I use that as a hard, far out there example. Far out there example. I'm not saying that anybody's doing that. And if you are, there's other things that you can eat besides that. But yeah, that's where that's at. But definitely try to have some camaraderie with people. And the reason why I'm saying this, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, and I'm not trying to be grim. You guys know I keep it at 100% with my mad ones, right? So I try to keep it at 100% with everybody. Enjoy time with people while you have the ability to. Don't let your job or situations keep you from it. If you have the ability to, see people who you care about. If you have friends, try to check them out. I'm putting that on Facebook. There you go. I mean, hey, somebody might put a thumbs up, and if they put a thumbs up, you know who not to eat at their house. Rick said he put a thumbs up and a heart. I am never eating at Rick's again. Nope, sir. Nope. I found out what Rick does. Rick's always saying that stuff tastes like that. Hey! But definitely, what I was going to say without sounding doom and grim and everything, spend time with people if you can, if you want to, that is. There are some people you might be like, man, that person. And that's fine if you feel that way. If that's how you feel and you don't want to, that's fine. But I will say this, we don't know the state of the world, and we can't put everything into one or a group of people. We can't put everything into that, and unfortunately, we have to ride this out. Good or bad, that is the situation that we're in right now. Sandwiches on the table, right? So, I'm saying this, enjoy the people that you have around you. Go see them. Go rekindle friendships if it's worth it to you. There's someone I met, and I'm not going to say the person's name, but this gentleman said, what is your friendship, or what is your sacrifice to what it is that you care about? And I said, what do you mean by that? And he said, what are you willing to sacrifice? Or, how much time are you willing to sacrifice? How far did you drive to come to this meeting, this meetup with everyone? 2 hours. Everybody else was like, a couple of hours, maybe an hour here, maybe an hour there. He asked me, I said, I drove almost 2.5 hours. And it was worth it to me for what I was doing. And he said that right there is what is the sacrifice. So, that's the thing. Talk to your people. If you got friends that you still want to try to talk to, just don't be avatars behind the screen if you can avoid it. That's all I'm saying. Have real things. Just be more into reality while we still have reality. Right? What does he mean by that? Well, I mean, at some point in time, our reality is not going to be reality anymore. It's going to be a different reality. And it'll be a different type of situation. But until that time comes, we still have normal reality. So do stuff in normal reality. Why? Why what? Why is reality not normal reality anymore? Or why would it not be normal reality? Is that what you're asking? That's a good question. And if the question is why visit people, well, if it matters to you. Now, you might have some people in your life that you might be like, man, those suckers, man, I'm done with it. I'm over it. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. You know, you made your peace with whatever it is that's going on in your situation, and that's cool. You know, I'm just saying sometimes it's good to just I wouldn't say make amends. You know, if it matters to you. I don't know. Broken relationships can be mended and fixed, and not for the fact of anyone else besides yourself. And this is the reason why I'm saying this is a selfish act, because if you have a situation that you can't talk to anybody, or someone's like, man, F you, I don't want to be bothered with you anymore, I'm sick of this, or I don't want to deal with you, or we're not friends anymore, well, at least you can just say, I did my part, I did what I was supposed to do, what I felt I was supposed to do, and then walk away from it. But, you know, if you never give yourself the opportunity to, you're kind of robbing yourself. And as for myself, there's people I haven't seen that have been asking to see me for a while, and I just don't go. For what reason? I don't know. I really don't. I don't have an actual legitimate answer. I wish I did. I think sometimes. Oh, dear God, this image. Oh, you think this image is bad? You haven't seen nothing, Sandwich. Look at this. This is the Mario Brothers book. You haven't seen anything, Sandwich, man. Thank you for showing up, by the way. But yes, I'm coloring the Mushroom Man. Oh no, that's Toad. That's Toad. Oh, you want to see the princess? Should we show him the princess? Mad ones, should we show him the princess? Put yes in there. Let me know. We will raise the yes and we will show him insanity. We'll give you a moment. We'll see what the madness dictates, Sandwich. Because what the idea of this whole series that I'm doing for the coloring books that I'm making is, oh no, oh yes. See, imagine the Mario Brothers first two or three trips, right? They keep getting sucked down here, but they don't know what's really going on. And the reason why Mario Brothers looks, actually, yes. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me finish Luigi's his overalls or bibs, however you want to put it. But yeah, this is what the beautiful world that you see is the delusion of what the reality is. And the reality is what I'm drawing. This is what they see when they're actually there, behind the veil, behind the fake world. Yes. Oh, yes. She's there's a reason why they call her Princess Toadstool, right? I'm going to show you why they call her that. And I think it's a good thing. And I'm excited, actually. I'm quite excited. For those of you that are watching that aren't mad enough, why don't you subscribe and become completely insane and join us? We have cookies, we have punch, we have cowboy meat sandwiches. I mean, look at this. Look at this nuclear. Look at that. Wouldn't you? He's got pulsating tumors in his head, man. Those beat with his heartbeat. Those things pulsate, right? Like, imagine he's sitting there and he's like, yeah, I can take you to the princess. Let's go. And that's beating, thumping. You can hear it like a rustling sack, like this. Imagine him talking and you're hearing this. Let's go, Mario. Let's go, Luigi. And that's all you're hearing. You're hearing that rustling. That's his head. That's his head, right? What's wrong with me, you may ask? Well, let's just say my imagination grew up with me, and I went through some dark things, and it walked with me through those dark places and things. And it grew up with me, and I never let it go. And I'm going to teach you guys how to rekindle it. That's my journey. I want to teach you guys how to get back to imagination and having fun and just enjoying life. You love it? Thank you. I know you would love it. I know you would love it. I know Zatarius would love having some type of eldritch horror somewhere in this dadgum coloring book somewhere. Oh, I'm well aware of that. I know what my mad ones want. I know what they would like. Now, if I get done with this, which I should have started with the one I really like. Get back to Nightmare Fuel. Let me just give you that real quick. You want it? Let's get back to that. Here, let's just show Sandwich Man. Let's show him the princess. Why not? Oh. Hi, Princess. Princess Peach. Hello, darling. Oh, yeah. There she is. Ooh. Look at that beauty. Oh, boy. Ain't she cute? She got the little one-up in there. She got the little star. Look at those tumors on her arms. They all look like little mushrooms. Look at that. Isn't that swell? And look at those big old pulsating cysts on her back and one jabbing out of her eyeball. I mean, I can't wait to bring her around the rest of the gang so everybody can have a great time. No, you can't bite on her hump in the back and get stoned off of it. Chill that mess out. That's why you don't get any Christmas gifts. Last of Us meets Mario. Yeah, I want it to look terrifying because you're crawling through a sewer. Like, there's got to be some type of repercussion there for doing that, right? You know, so that's part of the coloring book. These coloring books are not meant for children. If you buy it for a child, that's on you. That ain't on me. You should know what you're dealing with. I will put a disclaimer on it. Not meant for children. Order at your own risk. And I can tell you that because when I was selling some of my Nightmare Fuel and all of that in person, boy, I crashed a man out. And I realized, okay, I can't do this. And what do you mean, Mel, that you crashed a man out? So he was looking at the book. He was going through it. And I had that one where the head split open down the body and the tentacle, wire-armed alien head thing came out. Right? And, I remember what I was going to talk about. Yes. Great. I'm ready. So, but yeah, anyways, I'll talk about this guy and then I'll ask you the other question. So, anyways, the guy was looking at it and he looked real green in the face, real queasy looking. And I'm like, hey, buddy, you all right? And he was like, what kind of crazy sadistic person would draw something like this? What is this? I said, oh, that's a displacement monster. And he was like, a what? And I said, displacement monster. It's a monster that can actually fold itself inside out to something different. As long as the center section of it doesn't get destroyed, it can fold itself inside out and back inside. And he just sat there and you could see him turning, because he was a Caucasian man, so he started turning green from the neck up. Like, you could see it. Like, visibly his face started changing color. And I'm like, you all right? And I said, why don't you turn to the other page? And then he turned the page and saw that thing with the brains and the eyes in it, and he was about to throw up, and I snatched the book out of his hand. Not everybody's built for this. But this is pretty though. Looks like someone sucked on some battery acid, and this is the end result. But anyways, we got the Mario Brothers giving them a nice little tan here because they're Italian men, right? I think they are. Are they Italian men? Maybe they are. Maybe so. Who knows? But here it is. For those of you, how many people we still got watching? Okay. Follow me here. Okay? Follow me with this. How would you feel if you found out that aliens, with their big ass heads and everything, that their heads weren't big because they were smart? Their heads were big because they had a mental delay, like if they had Downs or something. How would you feel if big old alien grays with their big eyes were actually were dumb? Like they weren't as smart as people think. Like they were actually mentally impaired. Just take your time with that. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Throw it in the chat. Let me know. mentally impaired aliens. Big-headed grays with their lanky-ass arms, their big-ass eyes, right? But they're slow. And I'm not talking about anybody that has a handicap. You can chill that out. I'm talking about alien grays, right? I'm not talking about human beings in wheelchairs. I'm talking about big-head gray men, right? Long, slender, big-headed things. Better? I don't know, man. I would think that they might be a little bit on the spectrum because, you know, they come out and they always standing looking at people. And they're always touching people in the they just act weird. And I'm not saying anybody on the spectrum acts weird. I just think that they're a little bit off. And I don't think that they're normal. Well, they're aliens, Mel. Not really. I think something else is going on with them. I'm glad they... That would get me. Well, I mean, you know, you trying to say that you're a mentally impaired gray alien? Because that's not good if that's the case. I hope that's not the case. But if that's the case, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's different. That is a different thing. Welcome our first alien gray. We have our first gray on the board, and we are now interdimensional. Oh, man. Because, I mean, we're intercontinental now because we got mad ones from everywhere. You know, we got a few from different countries. We got all over the United States. You know, different time zones. We got a couple of people from the future. We got a couple of people from the past. We got a couple of people in between. We got some people that are in the slipstream of time and space. You know, I like that. How many people got that going for them? You talk to us like, hey, what you got going, man? I'm interdimensional, man. I'm interdimensionally known. What does that mean? Man, I don't... I don't want some smart alien coming after me. You don't want some smart alien coming after you? Well, I mean, that's okay. I mean, you know, they got the huge domes. They look weird. I really do think that they come from the ocean because they got the elongated head like octopuses. Hey, they got octopus heads. Unless they create some advanced AI to help them out, I think it could. Situation. Aliens visit. Aliens visit probably them instead of the other way around. Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's just wild. And I speak of that just because of the fact that I just think it's just so silly right now. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching and observing and paying attention to and all of that kind of stuff with the phenomenon for a while. For a long time, actually, for quite some time. And I'm starting to see that, man, we can't hide this anymore. It's all over the place. And I think that they need to start talking about it more because I think we're getting some electromagnetic interference happening. I don't know, man. I just think that these things hopping in and out of the water ain't good, but what do I know? Stick to the picture, right? Stick to the picture, Mel. Stick to the picture, Mel. Oh yeah, that's right. His thumb was supposed to be in the pants. Have you or a loved one ever had a thumb in your pants? If you have ever had a thumb in your pants. What do you mean by that? This man, he walked up to me and he put his thumb in my pocket. 1 out of 5 Americans have someone randomly putting their thumb in their pocket. I hope not. That's weird. That's weird. Just to walk up and just go, I'm in your pocket now. And then just stare at them with no facial expression. That would just be so bad. Everything would go so wrong. Have you guys had your water today? Is everybody hydrated? Is everybody hydrated? Stay hydrated. You gotta be hydrated. Hydration is key. I got you. Hey, thank you for being here. I hope you have a good rest of your day. See you next time, Time Traveler. The man from the future. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for being here. Stay mad. Yeah, this flat colored brush is a little off. I know there's some like dead spots back here in the back area behind the hair, like up there, but that's okay. We'll get that. Cool. Hey, you. Alright, now we're going to do a little glow. Add a little glow in the back. Alright. If it'll let us, that is. Hey, there you go. You know, the little portals that they go through, you know. Alright, let's get a little bit of this highlight detail in here. So anybody got anything they want to throw in the chat? Chat's open. I am currently out of stuff. I think I ran out of things. Oh no. Yuck. This weather is terrible. It's gonna be cold again. I hate that. That sucks. There you go. Now we're doing the lighting, right? There you guys go. Got a little bit of light, you know. There we go. And then one more layer that we need to add. Oh, hold on. Okay, here we go. Last little thing. Need to add some shading. A little soft shade. Never hurt anything. Oh, because I think I'm gaining a bit more weight. I think it's great because I'm a little like a stick. Oh wow. Work is getting busier. I got you. Oh. Wait, did it just go away? Oh. Oh, okay. I got you. I looked up and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, dude. You got me a little bit. You got me a little bit there. I got you. Well, it's okay. I'm trying to regain muscle mass I lost. I lost a lot of muscle mass because of my surgeries, because of my I don't know why my message got deleted. I don't know. That was weird. I didn't know if you didn't want that talked about or not, but I mean, that's cool though that you're trying to. Did I say something wrong? No, I don't know. You know the overlords. They do whatever they want to. Hell, they're probably mad at me because we're getting a bunch of people watching us, and I don't know. I'm looking at the algorithm situation right now. It looks like we're doing pretty well, so they may be a bunch of haters. Bunch of haters. Oh, you did? Oh, it's okay. Hey, on the plus side, I still remember what you were talking about, and that's good though. That's good. Especially if you need to gain muscle, that's really good. I will tell you this though. Not everybody I gain weight. Oh, do you have a high metabolism? It's hard for you to gain weight. Is that something that you struggle with? Because I know people who run into that issue. That is a thing sometimes. It's hard for some people to be able to gain weight, to gain mass, especially when they're trying to work out, bulk up, or just in general, just to gain weight. And it's okay. Sometimes it's the same thing with people who gain weight but have trouble being able to lose it. It's both the body doing something and having an issue and trying to figure it out, and it's okay, And don't be discouraged, because this is something I've ran into. I'm having a lot of failure with lifting weights. I got hardware in this arm. I'm breaking here. Hold on a second. All right. So I'm past the fourth wall, right? I pushed that out of the way. So this arm had a lot of surgery on because of the fistula, and I can barely lift 10 pounds with this arm, right? It's a struggle, but yeah, don't be discouraged, okay? Don't be discouraged. I just saw what you put up, but don't be discouraged with it. You'll be able to do it. It's and also the diets that they will say, like, oh, well, you need to eat a lot of protein, just keep eating a bunch of meat, just meat. Don't get caught up in all that either, Skull. I want to be real with you. Don't get caught up in that, because that's an easy way for you to get yourself in a situation that you may or may not be ready for, because you may or may not be a person that eats a lot of meat, or maybe not, and you don't have to have an exuberant amount of protein. And also, it just takes time. It takes time, and if your body, is not used to it, it's like anything. It takes time to build a habit. It takes time to get rid of a habit. It takes time to gain weight. It takes time to lose weight. Like the thing that I've heard myself that's given me hope, and maybe I can share this with you and give you a little hope. The fact that we didn't get here in a day, right? We didn't get here in a day. So don't be hard on yourself. I'm even saying that to myself with my journey. Don't be hard on yourself, because I have such a hard time me hitting 40, and it's not because I'm 40. It's because my body has been through hell in a handbasket and back. Now, I'm not over here pumping my horn. Half of you don't even realize something happened to me. that's neither here nor there. I don't like to talk about it because, I don't like the sound of, we'll get to that at a later time. One day I'll break that down if you guys ever want to, or any new people that want to know, I'll break that down for you guys. But it's hard getting back in it. It's so hard getting back to it. If you've never done it, it's hard to get back to actually pick up the groove. If you've done it before, you want to hit it as hard as you used to. Oh man, I ain't no punk ass. I can pick up these weights. I can lift 40 pounds by no problem. And then you burn yourself out, and then you're over there shaking, feeling some kind of way, barely can put the weights back up. One of them you dropped, you almost broke your toe. You don't tell nobody this because you don't want to sound like no old ass punk, right? But take it easy. You ain't proving, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. The only person you got to prove anything to is yourself that you can do it. And you're already trying. So that's the only person you have to prove it to is yourself. Nobody else. So just keep that in mind. And anything you do, anything any of you mad ones do, if anything that you do is doing, if it's not hurting anybody, not putting anybody in a bad position, or you're trying to do something to get over foully on a person, if you're doing something, and you enjoy it, just do it. Just do what you're doing. In moderation. Don't become a statistic because, Mel told me I didn't do that. No, I didn't do that. But as somebody tell me once before, I should do public speaking, and I told them I don't believe that would be a good idea. We went back and forth for a little bit, and why wouldn't you want to do that? And I simply told them I don't think people really want to hear me talk too much like that. I might kill the vibe in the place, I don't feel like I've ever killed the vibe. Oh, here comes some rock. I don't know, I just like the sound of this. Hey, you're welcome. And I read that, and I read what you put here. That sucks that you had to be hospitalized for your weight. That's not good. I know some people who have had that happen too. It's hard. But see, the thing is with you would be a scout. See, we don't live our purpose, what we're designed for anymore. You being lean the way that you are, you would be considered a scout. You would be someone that back in a long time ago, if someone needed something to be scouted out or looked at or need to send for a long, they usually kept slimmer people who are very athletic to be able to take longer journeys. So, we don't live the purpose that we used to, that we're like, oh man, that's what your purpose is. Yeah, I run. That's what I do, But, I mean, it's one of those things. I don't know. Let me ask you guys something, or am I just going insane? Which I know it's okay if I'm going insane. I don't really care about that, but is it just me or does food taste weird sometimes? It tastes boring. Follow me here, okay? Like you put something in your mouth, pause, and then you eat, right? And then when you're eating, it's like, okay, this is supposed to be good, right? And it's like, yeah. And you've eaten it before, but then you're just like, this really ain't like what I thought like it used to be. And then you're like, wait, what's wrong with me? something wrong with me? What's going on here? Why does this taste different? Yeah, okay, yeah, and then like I don't understand what happened. It was like I woke up one day, boom, and it was like everything just tasted weird. Like, what? Like, what happened to me? Like, what happened in my sleep? You know, and I think something's happened in our reality. I think there's small little bits and pieces of stuff that's happened in our reality that we're starting to see. Like, kind of like poking holes in a piece of paper, and you get little bits of stuff like, oh, I have for example, I went to my mother's house today, and I was helping her with something, and she has a light bulb that was given to her, and the light bulb can flicker and stuff on its own, and it ain't supposed to, and there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with like there being a ghost or anything, nothing like that. Just this light bulb's doing whatever it wants to. And it's like, oh, did it have a delay or some kind of switch on it? No, but just wild stuff. We live in a very strange, crazy world, boy, and it's what a fun time to be alive, right? But yeah, no, food just tastes weird. And I thought it would, and sometimes I get this yuck taste in my mouth, right? Like, it just tastes like off. And I think I don't know, maybe it's too much plastic that they're putting in our food. We're back to the plastic again, Mel. I think that's all anybody wants, money, power, and a little respect, right? I think that's what anybody wants, money, power, and a little respect. Leave me alone. Let me make my money. Get out of my face. Stop talking to me. Let me just do my own thing. When I get myself situated, I'll come and deal with you, right? I mean, that's how I feel. You know? Let me get what I want. But that might just be a U.S. thing. I don't know if that's the same in other countries. I have to remember, we have others from different countries. So it may not be the same there. It may be different there than it is here. Obviously, a lot of things are different in different countries than they are in the States, but that's neither here nor there. We can't do nothing about these things, so we don't worry about them, right? I look at it this way: worrying about the world is almost like looking at a killer whale eating a seal. Yes, and I'm referring to the not the seal commercial, but I thought about the seal commercial because that was funny, because you know they do eat them, and it's kind of like that. It shines in your hand. See, what in the hell's going on in the world? People, we're getting super powered, man. We're in the fifth dimension, I think. I think we had a dimensional shift. I think something happened, and I don't know if it's good or not. Yo, Sim, I got a weird question. How do you get a black chick? How do you get a black chick as a white dude? Be yourself. Don't try hard. Just be who you are. That's it. Like, I mean, that's all it is. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to do. See, I will say this. If you do, or if you're saying this as a friend or for a friend or whatever, a black woman will pick up on bullshit faster than anybody on this planet, and you can't bullshit them. The moment you do, you lose respect with them, and then they don't want to be bothered with you. At least the ones I know, at least the females that I've been around, and you just want to be yourself. Don't try to perpetrate being something else, because here's the problem with that. If you do that, you got to do that all the time, and then you're gonna just don't. Just be, if you're just going to be yourself. And then you just let them figure out if they like you in return. That's how I would say to go about that. So, hopefully that was helpful. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's helpful. I hope it is. I know you guys might not see what's going on here, but I always think of me doing little minute details as like whenever I go see my barber and he cuts my hair. Yes, I actually have a person that cuts my hair, And then every time that they do, I'll put them in a straitjacket and put them back in my trunk. But that's neither here nor there. But when they do my hair, right, and they touch up my hair and stuff, where was I going with that? Wait, hold on a second. Why is this going off? I'm sorry, everyone. Hold on. My train of thought got off because I had something pop up on my phone. What is even happening here? Hold on a second. Huh. Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. Sorry. But yeah, just be yourself. That's the only thing I can say. Be yourself, and and just try to be fun. Try to be fun. Ladies like when you can make them laugh. Seriously, you can ask any female, if they say, "Oh, I don't like nobody making me laugh," you might want to stay away from them. They might be a psychopath. They might eat your face, and they may wear your skin and say that I'm Jim now. You never know. My name is Jeff, right? You never know. Be careful with them. But that's my advice to anybody if you are trying to talk to anyone. Well, two things I will say. I will say this for myself and anybody can take this with a grain of salt, however you want, but I know this from personal experience. Communication is key. Any type of relationship, be it friendship, business, whatever, you just got to communicate. That's another thing. If you do have a relationship or have something going with somebody, or just people in your life in general, just communicate. Nothing is harder than trying to play these damn mental gymnastics. Sounds good? Good. Fantastic. Hope that works out. Mental gymnastics, man. I'm tangled up. Damn. There we go. I'll keep that in mind. Cool. Yep. Communicate. I had a friend of mine. He met somebody, and so there's multiple layers to this, and I'm not trying to tell all the situation, but long story short, he met a person, and the individual that he met, they got along really well. I even got to meet him. I'm like, this is great. I think you should pursue after this. But he was a person that didn't like to talk to people. Okay, so relationship was good for a while. He didn't like to talk. He was having some issues. I think something happened with his job or something happened with something. And he shut off. The girl thought that something was wrong with her. She went into a deep depression. And then they ended up going their separate ways. And then she's now, like last time, and this was over 10 years now at this point. It was like 10, 12 years now. But after that, she just never really recovered. It caused her to have some type of like problem now where her self-esteem and all that shit's all messed up because, he was projecting off that he didn't want to talk, and then it would come off as aggression. So just talk. It ain't that hard. And here's another thing too, and I'll just say this as well. While you're getting in the phase of starting to date someone or starting to talk to someone, because I know that this is the time of year that people do this and everybody wants to find love, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with finding love. I support that. I hope everybody can in your lifetime if it's possible. But while everybody's looking for that and everything, just take it easy. Take it easy and don't rush. Don't rush things. Just, I don't know. You don't want to rush things. Keep contact, and then learn the person, because nothing's worse. People do that. They don't ever ask any questions. Ask serious questions. Ask serious questions like, hey, and pay attention to stuff, because they're gonna do shit that might upset you, right? Right? Because what's worse, you with a person. Now, I've never ran into this, but I've heard this before. What you doing? Oh, you sitting there hanging out with the person. You know, you didn't ask the questions because you don't talk, right? And then you find them over there chewing on their toes like some type of demon. You know, and they're making this weird ass, you know, and then it's like, what you doing, huh? Nothing. I'm just fixing my toenails. No, I'm not saying all women like that, but you know what I'm saying. Or you might try to date a dude. For females that are trying to date men, you might find a guy that's doing some Blair Witch shit. He stands in the corner at night. You know, what are you doing over there? I'm getting myself ready, and you need to leave him alone. I didn't know these things. I didn't ask any qualifying questions. Oh, I was thinking about the other night's butter. I like their eyes. Man, ask questions. Shit, if you don't know how to ask questions, use AI. But no, I'm just teasing right now. I'm just being silly and just telling some stuff I've heard. But I hope all the best for every one of my mad ones that are out there trying to venture into the love spectrum of reality. It's fun and it's enjoyable. And if you can meet someone that makes you happy and you both can respect each other and realize that you're both trying to be in a partnership, not a dictatorship, you can go far. Both have to respect each other. And, you know, someone might be like, oh, you're a pussy, man, you're a dummy. I don't understand that. That ain't real men stuff. And okay, and where are they? And how is stuff going with them? Are they alone? Are they screwing a dummy? Which ain't nothing wrong with that. It's better than prostitutes. I'm really starting to look at the difference between people and robots. Robots are going to become a thing. That's going to become a thing. That's going to be another form of love, and we're going to have that conversation soon too. What that's going to be like. How are we going to handle when you go on a date with a human being and someone's going on a date with the actual robot that they're having a relationship with? Now, how about that? Let's talk about that for a minute. We got 5 minutes left. We got 5 minutes left. Wow. Been going for a hot minute. Let's back up. Let's see what we got. Ooh. I like it. I like it. I want to use the enhancer. Now, this is a filter that I like to use sometimes. And what I'll do is I'll go down here as an effect, and it's called artistic, which basically it bends the light and shadow a little bit. Sometimes it can give me a nice effect, sometimes not, depending on what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for the color, it can enhance the color and all of that. Sometimes I try to just look at it just to get a preview of what it will look like if I need to add anything. Sometimes I don't even use it completely. Oh, look at that. I froze up. Ain't that something? Oh boy. There we go. Am I gonna jitter like I used to? I haven't done a shake in a while. I think this is good. I don't think it needs to go any further than this. I like to keep it very Nintendo-esque, right? So we're gonna save this as hold on a second. Good. There we go. So we got that one. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? You like it? You like the Mario Brothers? And that's how they go. And this is how I split between the different games. It's the magical door, right? So you'll see it whenever they're going into a different game. This is basically Mario Brothers 3 at this point, right? So this one's already been done. This is the one I wanted to get to, but I didn't get enough time. We ran out of time tonight because I was having so much fun being mad with you guys. But this is the one I really wanted to work on, was both of them in their chibi form when they're under the mushroom at night, because I wanted to show that nobody ever shows that they're in a multi-level dimension, but it doesn't specify if it gets nighttime or not, right? You don't ever see that. But I wanted this to be like a moment where they're like reflecting. Like you got Luigi to the left, he's asleep, or it could be Mario. Don't really matter. Whatever color you want to color their outfit, but it's up to you. But the fact is that they have the flute, and they don't know what the flute. Ooh, chibi? Yeah, exactly. So they don't really know about what the flute can do. So that's why he's looking like, what does this do? Not knowing that it can skip levels to get them out of there faster. So he's kind of just like, I don't know what to do with this thing, right? And then you got the little campfire and stuff, but there's that. And then of course we have the this is going to be the next Samus picture pose. And then we'll probably do that later as well. And then of course these were supposed to be the cats, the little pinup cat girls, right? Because I still got the little thick cat with the nip, 90% nip, 10% loud. She's having a freak out, chubby cat, because it's catnip, and then making fun of chubby cats, because I have chubby cats. I have 2 female chubby cats, so I can do that. So what are you gonna do? But no, I love my cats. They'll go crazy over catnip. We got organic catnip, so it's kind of a tease at that, because they go buck wild, right? Carolina, that's who this is, Carolina. So, anyways, that's about it for right now. Let's go on back to the screen. Turn this down. Oh boy. Oh, well, how much madness was that for you guys today? I think we did quite well. I had a fun time. How did you guys enjoy the show? Did you enjoy it? I hope you did. If you did, hit that subscribe button and join the Discord. We put work up there. The Discord's basically for you guys to share your art, share what you're doing. I like to see what you guys are doing. I also like to share my work too. It's a community for us to be able to talk outside of the stream. So if you enjoy it, or you enjoy what we're doing here, definitely join that. It's down there. I think the link lasts for like 7 days or something like that. I'll throw it up again when we paint. Also, old boy back here painting. I'm about to do something interesting coming up very soon. When I get this picture taken and it's actually in the right light, I'm going to do a digital master of that in full digital detail, and I'm going to do the painting as well. I want to do both of them, but they're going to be same but different, right? Anyways, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I want to digitally touch that up. I'll add a whole bunch of stuff, all the brushes and things that I got, and I'll let you guys decide. That is extremely very nice. Enjoy the show. Thank you. And here's another thing too, because once I get that done, I'll be able to make digital prints for you guys. Because, not to say that you can't afford the painting, I'm not saying that I want to sell it yet, but it'll be easier for everybody to be able to get a digital picture that way. So you guys can have fun with that, and we can all have fun there and stuff. So before we go, anybody got anything mad they want to say or throw up in the chat? If not, I want to go on ahead and take the elevator back up. Hopefully nobody grabs me and try to eat my body. Happy Valentine's Day to you, mad ones. I hope you all have a great time. I hope you all have a wonderful time. Make good memories. Have a great fun time. Tell those that you care about that you love them. Don't be a punk. And it's okay if you're a man to tell somebody that you love them. If you're not able to tell somebody that you love them and you're a dude, that just means that you suck. You have a smooth brain. Anyways, I'm out of here. Stay mad. I'll see you next time. And like we always say, I'll let somebody throw that in the chat. There it is. Bye. Ah.